Before I go on any further, I've noticed that this screen setup, which I told you was the animator setup, isn't working quite as well as I would like it to for the 400 by 800 screen set. So what I'm going to do is take the timeline and move it over here so that it's taking up a good chunk of real estate. The application takes up a good chunk, and then I'm going to put the toolbar in here also. There we go. Okay, so this makes it just a little bit more even, and I can still see all of my application like this. Okay, so everything works so far. If I do an emulation, choose correctly, I get a point. It displays correctly. If I do an emulation and choose incorrectly, I say, sorry, that's not right. Well, it would be nice to keep a running tally regardless of whether I get the incorrect point or the correct point, because we're going to have more than one question in this quiz. So, first of all, let's take a look at the action script on frame 20. Just to review, we have this variable gender question is being set to 1. And we have this then print out in our dynamic text box score underscore txt. The score is, and then the value of the gender question. The value of the gender question variable. Okay, and just to remind you, score.txt is this box that we made on the application, and we called the instance score underscore txt. Okay, so right now that score underscore txt only exists on frame 20. We want it to exist on frame 15 also, so I'm just going to drag that back to frame 15. Okay. And I'm not sure why I have any action script at all there. Okay. You shouldn't. I don't think you do, probably. Frame 15. Now, well, I tell you what. Let's run this app and choose the incorrect answer. Alice. Right now, it's not displaying anything. So what do we need to do? We need to add some action script. Let's use the same line from frame 20 to set score underscore txt at frame 15 to this. And so I'm going to do a Command C to copy, or you could right click and go copy. Go to frame 15 and set the action script in there to the same thing. All right, let's take a look at what this does now. Do an emulation, and now when I click on the wrong answer, I get the score is undefined. Okay, so it's not what you would expect, which is 0. It says undefined. Well, that's because we haven't set the variable. And that's okay, but what isn't okay is actually that right now Flash is anticipating a different kind of variable than we are giving it. Okay, right now it's anticipating what you would call a Boolean variable, which works in a lot the same way as what we are wanting it to, in that it's either true, which is 1, we got the thing right, or it's false, which is 0, we got the thing wrong. Only in this case, let me show you the types of values you can have for variables. We haven't declared this Boolean variable to be false. So when something is not declared, it becomes undefined. Okay, so what we need to do is, because we're going to want it to be a number, is we're going to make Flash understand that this kind of data is an integer. Okay, and that data type is abbreviated as int, int. Okay, so we want Flash to understand that what we're describing to it is a number, an integer. Okay, the way we do that is we go to where we have defined on frame 20. The one thing that we've defined is that the gender question equals 1. Behind gender question, we put colon int, int, for integer. Okay. Now, it may not quite make sense to you. You know, we're hitting frame 15. We haven't gotten to frame 20 yet. Okay, but this is what's called a global declaration. And so, even though it's not on frame 15 and we in the timeline haven't gotten to frame 15 yet, it's a global declaration. So it says that this gender question variable is an integer regardless of where it appears. And now when we click on our incorrect answer, the score is 0. Okay. Again, if we click on our correct answer, the score is still 1. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too much information and not enough action, but go ahead and rewind and get yours to behave like this, and we will move on.